everyone, it's Steph, and thank you for joining me once again here on my channel, Steph's Peru Travel Tips. I'm going to try a little something different today. I'm actually going to kind of read off my notes a little bit in case I forget some things, so that I can just hurry up and speed through this video, because I live in Lima. It's really noisy where I live, and there's always all kinds of distractions, so a 10-minute video takes me like an hour to make because I have to stop and start. So I'm just going to try to read through it as quickly as possible, and hopefully there are no really loud noises as I go along. So anyway, let's get started with today's video. So today's video is going to be about traveler's checks, whether or not you need to use them here, at least when you come to Peru. Traveler's checks, I've never used them myself. I have come into contact with them because I used to work in a hotel back when I lived in the States. And even though I haven't used them myself, I still have to address the subject for people who want to come to Peru and they're thinking about using these checks. So, traveler's checks were once a widely popular way of traveling with money, but in our modern society it's become a lot less common. And from my research, I have found lots of pros and cons to using traveler's checks, so it's up to you to decide what works best for you. Some of the advantages of using traveler's checks are you can use them the way you would normally use cash. So you don't have to carry large sums of money, you can just use this in place of cash. Another pro to using traveler's checks is that it's a secure alternative to cash, because if for some reason you lose it or it gets stolen, then it can be relatively easily replaced. It should take about 24 hours or maybe a little bit more or less depending on the place that you buy your traveler's checks from. I have heard that with some people who have had difficulties, it does sometimes take a bit longer. But anyway, and also the good thing about traveler's checks is that they don't expire and they're widely available in a number of currencies. Another thing is that, I keep looking down, sorry, is that it can really get you out of a bad situation if for some reason you don't have any cash on you and you really need it, and for some reason the ATMs in your area are not working, so then you can use traveler's checks for that. Or if there's a problem with your credit card or something, like it's lost or stolen. Now, some cons to using traveler's checks is that the exchange rate, at least in Peru, is not as favorable as the rate that you would get if you used your debit card or if you exchanged cash. Oftentimes you'll get charged 1.5% to 2% lower than the rate that you would get charged if you exchange your foreign currency out for Peruvian currency. And in Peru, merchants don't accept traveler's checks as a form of payment. And in order to get traveler's checks, you have to pay for commissions, shipping charges, to purchase the traveler's checks, and you also probably have to pay some conversion fees as well in order to use them. You also, if they are lost or stolen, you need to keep a receipt. You need to keep the receipt of purchase or a copy of it at least. If it is lost or stolen, sometimes the replacements are not as quick as they were originally promised. And if for some reason you lose your receipt of purchase of the checks, and something happens to those checks and you have to get them replaced, then it's going to take a bit longer for you to get those checks replaced if you don't have the receipt of purchase. So one more thing is also, if you are in a remote or rural area, then it's highly unlikely that you'll be able to use those traveler's checks there, and they can only be redeemed in Peru by the owner. So those were some benefits and disadvantages to using traveler's checks in general and in Peru. Peru is still very much a cash society. Cash is what talks here. And I know from my experience of living in Europe last year, everything is pretty much digital there. Everyone is used to just using cards. Like even banks in Belgium, they didn't really carry money, which I thought was weird. But so here we have tons and tons of paper money. That's what works here. So I don't think that traveler's checks are probably the best thing to get, but if you are going to use them, then definitely try to get American Express or Visa traveler's checks because they are the easiest to exchange. Thomas Cook and Citibank traveler's checks might work as well. If you get these checks, definitely get them in euros or dollars because that's the most common currency, foreign currency here. Also, definitely take a photocopy of your bill of purchase or your receipt of purchase of the checks. take a photocopy of it, or take a photo if you have a smartphone or something, email it to yourself so you always have it somewhere in case you happen to lose it, the physical copy at least. To wrap this video up, my 2 cents on traveler's checks is that I would probably recommend against them. I just don't think that it's logical to use them here in Peru. A lot of people won't accept them, you have to cash them yourself, and it's just too much crap. So I think that it might be handy to have one check that you keep in a very safe place, so if something were to happen to your wallet and you don't have access to like credit cards, no one can send you money to bail you out or whatever, then it might be handy to have that one traveler's check somewhere safe that you can cash in to get you out of emergencies like that. But to use them regularly here in Peru while you're traveling or while you're living here, I just don't think that that's not gonna work. So anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you like the information shared with you today, then definitely give this video a thumbs up or a like, share it with your friends and family. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can definitely do that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want to learn more about Peru, or you want to prepare for your trip to Peru and you need more informational videos like this, then definitely subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much everyone once again. A special shout out to one of my subscribers, Taylor. I just wanted to give you a little shout out, Taylor. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for supporting me on 2 of my channels. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're doing well. If you like the music in this video, definitely check out Sam Phillips from Slick Productions. I'll have his stuff in the description below, but these tracks are his, and yeah, you can get more tracks from him if you like, so check him out. Anyway guys, thanks once again. Take care. Bye-bye.